Good afternoon, everyone. It's January 21st, 2019. Have you ever heard of minor attracted persons? Well, it's pedophiles, infophiles, and others, files, who are trying to rebrand themselves and associate with the gay, lesbian, trans, blah, blah, blah community. So, and I've covered this a few years ago, actually, but that channel has since been banned, so I have to recover some of these topics. Of course, back then, they didn't have the minor attracted persons label trying to stick at that time, but we do now. So there's a campaign to normalize pedophilia, and it claims individuals who fantasize about raping children should be accepted as their own sexual orientation. This is from Rachel Blevins. I've covered a few of her articles before. I think from maybe the Free Thought Project or SHTF plan, one of the two. But in a disturbing attempt to normalize pedophilia as a mainstream sexual orientation, pedophiles are rebranding themselves as minor attracted persons with the hope that they will be accepted as part of the LGBT community. No. And there's reasonable evidence that says the LGBT community will accept these motherfuckers with open arms. And I'll get to that in just a few minutes. A website has been established called the Prevention Project, which sports the tagline, "Everyone deserves support," and attempts to push two disgusting ideas: that there are different classes of pedophiles for different ages of children that should be accepted by society, and that non-offending pedophiles should be praised for the fact they have yet to molest a child. Now, if a person openly admits that they have sexual feelings for a child and they haven't done it yet, they should be executed just the same as a person who has done it because of the word yet. The Prevention Project defines a pedophile as an adult who is attracted to prepubescent children and claims that there are different classes of pedophiles based on the age of the child, which include infantile, and that's, pedophiles who are attracted to only infants. Can you wrap your mind around how somebody can be attracted sexually to a infant? Hebephiles, those are pedophiles who are attracted to pubescent children, and this one's a good one. Ephophiles, pedophiles who are attracted to post-pubescent children. In other words, teenagers. The website then went on to argue that in the case of the fictional character John, his sexual attraction to children aged 6 to 12 was justified because he had yet to harm a child or act on his sickening desires, and anyone who believes John was in the wrong was simply influenced by religious beliefs. That's just false on its face. I'm not a religious person, but certainly even somebody who isn't a born-again or a Jew or a Muslim or any of that bullshit can understand that, fucking with children is pretty bad. Very bad. The worst kind of bad. Now, let's be clear. John is actually not a child molester, nor is he a sex offender. The term sex offender is a legal construct that one receives as a result of being found guilty and sentenced in the criminal justice system for sexually abusing someone. Instead, John has an attraction. Yeah, attraction to children. And he wants to help ensure he is safe in society. He shouldn't be safe, should he? Not everyone deserves safety. He is also committing to preventing child sexual abuse by speaking out against it and by showing his support of global child sex abuse prevention programs on his social media. Why would John not deserve support via therapy? After all, isolation and depression are known to increase one's risk of doing something they might regret. That's supposed to be the difference between humans and animals. We are supposed to be able to control our impulses. Isolation and depression are no fucking excuse to harm a child. They may be an excuse to smoke some weed, and if you're inclined to, they may be an excuse to snort some blow. That might be an excuse to even inject some fucking heroin. But harming a child, there's no excuse. And injecting heroin, I do not recommend that, by the way. Let me see here. Launching into a conversation on no maps or non-offending minor attracted persons, the Prevention Project argued that individuals should feel safe sharing their sexual attraction to children without being worried about the recourse from individuals and society, because research also indicates that someone can be attracted to a child without inevitably sexually abusing them. I disagree with that research, and probably a lot more needs to be done. And the reason I'm covering this again is because of this. Now look at this child's mom. Oh, fuck. Look at this child's mom. Look at her. Alright? She, and I covered this just last week, I believe. Maybe the week before. Facing backlash, mother of child drag queen defends porn photo with 10-year-old son. And it is pretty provocative, you have to admit. I mean, what can you say? A picture is worth 1,000 words, isn't it? But it is this kind of person, this kind of woman who are feeding this pedophile normalization by putting her son out there as a piece of meat for these perverts to drool over. And by the way, this is where we talk about how the gay, lesbian, blah blah community will welcome pedophiles with open arms as drag queens, if you want to call them that, cross-dressers. They're usually homosexuals too. So the internet went up in arms after a picture, which could be described as child pornography, was posted on Instagram account of Nemesis Quinn Melanchol Con Golden, a 10-year-old Canadian drag queen next to a naked transgender individual. And of course, I didn't upload that video onto YouTube because I just knew it would end up being banned. And my channel, again. Another picture showed the child drag queen, whose drag name is Lactatia, spreading his legs seductively as if to tell homosexual pedophiles, come and get it. Now, I've already given my opinion about what should happen with women and parents like that in general. I don't need to say it again. I think common sense would dictate what should happen with these kinds of parents. This kid will never be a whole person. And when he gets older and figures out after having surgery that, hey, I'm a man and I'm starting to feel like a man, or a male anyway, and the deep regret of the surgery sets in, what do you suppose this person is going to do? Well, statistics say that this person is going to commit suicide. So, groups like this should be shamed out of existence. Pedophiles should be hunted into extinction. All of them. No matter what position they hold in society, they should be hunted to extinction. And anybody who feeds their lust with their child should also be facing the same kind of shit. Okay. One thing that is not addressed by either the Prevention Project nor by this author who claims to be a non-offending pedophile is the issue of consent. When a boy is going through puberty and realizes that he is sexually attracted to girls, consent is still required for him to initiate any type of sexual contact. The same goes for boys who are sexually attracted to boys or girls who are sexually attracted to girls. However, when an adult is sexually attracted to an infant or a minor child, he or she is admitting attraction to an individual who does not have the ability to give consent. Thus, why the concept is deemed wrong in society. If a child is molested or raped, it results in long-term physical and emotional and mental problems that will go on to affect the child for the rest of his or her life. And that's why this woman should be, this one, right here, should be hunted just the same way as the pedophiles should be hunted. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. If you agree with what I'm saying, thumbs up, maybe a share, PayPal link, Discord link in the description box below. Kill the state. Live free.